like viruses are fake. So I hit the guy that I talked to. I'm like, hey, dude, whatever happened to this guy? This is like three years ago, bro, 4 years ago. Like, whatever happened to homeboy? And then dude was like, oh yeah, he got really sick. He refused treatment. And it was funny because on one of the episodes, he was talking about how viruses were fake and how virology was fake and all this shit and like how it doesn't exist. And he's like,
Wow.
yeah, dude, da, da,
Great,
da.
great topic of conversation. The moment we go live to YouTube, Juan, what the hell? You want to talk
Well,
about fake anything? Please let it not be the V word.
thanks for the heads up, bro. This fucking guy, bro. He's like,
Like
thanks for talking
44
about.
seconds. We haven't even hit our minute on YouTube Live, and we're already banned.
You're controlled opposition. Look at we're gonna get pulled because of you, bro. Look at you.
Yeah, look at the way I'm dressed right now in this fly
Yeah,
suit.
yeah, bro. You gotta be careful with this guy.
Oh, look, it actually looks like I'm Alex Jones. Hey,
Don't say that.
everybody.
Don't say that name, bro.
Oh, all right. Well, we're doing a live Ask Me Anything for people seeing us on YouTube. Hello. What's
You have a
going
link
on?
you can send me so I can post it.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. How do I do that? But we have two people waiting in the waiting room. We're going to do some questions. We're going to have people say, "What's up?" to the Illuminati confirmed homies. How are you guys doing tonight before we get started? What's up?
What's up?
What's that?
You guys doing? Everything kosher?
Low energy.
I just woke up from a nap, bro. I told you I needed a nap before we did this. It's too late for me.
Oh,
I haven't had sleep in 17 days, dude.
Yeah,
right.
bro.
Right.
So I took a little nap, bro. So it's gonna take a little bit while I get the little hamster wheels, like a little squeaky up top. It's like, but as soon as it gets oiled up, bro, it gets it going.
I've heard about you getting oiled with hamsters, but I never heard about
the wheel being involved is a new thing. Yeah, I've heard about that too.
I heard about hamsters in your ass and vacuum cleaners and stuff like that.
Is that Mandela effect?
No, wasn't that Richard Gere? He got caught for having a gerbil in his ass or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, totally.
Yo, it's funny because Mark told some guy I don't even know his name in the group chat that I'm gonna have my soundboard tonight, bro.
Oh, TR.
What's his name? I don't even know his name.
Thomas. TR.
All right, Thomas. Too many Thomases.
TR. His name's TR. Just call him TR.
All right, TR. Fuck.
Jesus fucking Christ, Juan. It's TR, dog. Shout out to TR.
How many times do I have to say TR before you heard me?
He's about to tee off on that ass, Juan. You gotta be careful, Brett.
Yeah, bro.
He'll come down there on that swamp boat. You heard? Pull up on that ass. Is that how people would like flex on you? That's how Juan would get a drive-by with a fan boat.
Oh my God. All right, let's let in the first person here. Let's let him in. Let's get some questions here. All right. They are joining. They are here. We have Tyler. We have Kawa. You guys don't turn your video on, but we can hear you. You have a question for we three hosts of the Illuminati Confirmed podcast. Welcome to the show. Any questions, Kawa? Or maybe just correct me if I pronounce your name wrong. There's Tyler. What's up, Tyler?
Hey, Mark. Oh, not too much. You?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, can't complain. Can't complain.
Right on. So what's your question for us three Illuminati confirmed hosts this evening?
Oh, I'm not. I just realized it was a question and answer. I just kind of got in from work, so
right on. Right
I
on.
was just trying to wait in the waiting room there for a while.
Take your shirt off.
Oh, my video. Oh shit.
No, leave the video off. That's fine. It's better for us on our end the way we're recording. But all right, cool. We'll hang out in the live stream here if you want. If you have any questions, feel free to chime in. We have a new face here, new person. CAWA. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, that's That's actually my son's name, Sasha.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Russian.
Oh, right on.
This is
Welcome.
Dave.
Welcome, Dave. How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
Familiar
Got the
voice?
invite. I thought I would join.
Right on, right on. Any questions for the Illuminati Confirmed podcast? Any topics you would like us to cover tonight as we just ramble and meander here?
No, not. I'm kind of a fly on the wall. I heard some of your other podcasts, from the My Family Thinks I'm Crazy podcast earlier. I didn't get the chance to listen to the other ones this week, but yeah, I thought I would just join in. My kids are actually.
Dave, where you calling from, buddy?
I'm in Stamford, Connecticut.
Ooh.
Dave and I actually met. He came to my walking tour that I did in March.
Yeah.
What degree are you, and what lodge do you?
No, I don't touch that stuff. I know about it, but I don't touch it.
Right on. Right on. Well, Dave, I appreciate it. I assume you're using your kid's Zoom account because they were doing the Zoom schooling. Is that over with? Do you still have your kid taking Zoom classes, or have they gone to school now?
Exactly. Yeah, they're taking some Russian classes.
Oh, wow.
And
Russian.
So, yeah, my wife's Russian, and so, she insists that they learn Russian as well, which is good. I appreciate that.
Wow.
And,
Yeah, for when they take over, right? They're the ones that are going to take over, so they need
Yeah,
to know the Russian.
Dave,
Exactly.
are you
When they take over,
controlled
at least they can-
opposition? Are you
they can
controlled
translate.
oppositions?
They can
Who do you
translate
work
me.
for, you son of a bitch?
I work for an American company, but
Right on.
Do you make bombs? Is it Raytheon? Is it Halliburton?
Works for Apple, bro.
See, now we all know a guy who knows someone who's Russian. Look at that.
Look at that. It's in the intro, bro. That's crazy. I know a guy who knows a guy who lives in Russia.
Well, that's a quote. That's one of your genius quotes, Juan. But
because it's a true story. I'm not even lying about that, bro. It's a true story.
okay, but now that we have someone here who maybe has a more personal connection to Russia, I mean, is it true that the Russians are fascinated with this lost history of Tartaria, or is that just a psyop?
No, it's a psyop, bro.
I'm not asking you, okay? I'm asking Dave.
honestly, I haven't heard anything in particular. But if they were interested, I would say it's a psyop. I would say that they are trying to lead us on to something.
They want us to fall for that idea that Russia once was a great empire that spanned the globe. I
Yeah,
don't buy it either.
them and the Mongolians.
Mongolians aren't real?
Mongolians.
Were they real? Were they not real? Genghis Khan, real? Not
Real. No, real. But we're just
hell
saying that Tartaria might not be as real. Tyler, feel free to chime in, brother. What's going on up there in Canada?
Canada,
Oh yeah, fucking A. Yeah. We just been planting corn. We're just kind of doing that for the past month, so we're just finishing up with that and doing some spraying. Just bought a sprayer in Iowa, actually. Just wired the money down this afternoon. So I've been a little behind on your podcast. I was just listening to some of the Truth Seeker one. I'm about halfway through it with man, that's really interesting. That guy's led quite a life. So,
Yeah.
And then I really liked the Andreas Zerdis one from a couple of weeks ago, and that Alex Stein episode was fucking hilarious. So that was sounded like a lot of fun. So just enjoying what you guys are doing.
Right on. Yeah, we're trying new things. None of us are comedians, but this is turning out to be a pretty fun show. So who knows? Maybe we'll change this into a comedy podcast one day and compete with the comedy podcast in the comedy genre. But no, just kind of batting around ideas tonight. Did we get any questions to our Telegram, Juan?
Oh God.
No, you got it right the first time.
Is that Captain Spaulding? It's Nick Cage Ultra Wizard Hour.
It's Nick Cage Ultra Wizard Hour.
Yeah, I said Mark Screen is great. What are you supposed to be? Are you Trump or Alex Jones, bro? Which one are you?
Right now, I'm Trump.
No questions yet. So Yo, you all know about Neil Kramer, Gorilla Psychonaut? What the fuck is that?
Neil Kramer, Gorilla Psychedelics?
Psychonautics.
Gorilla Psychonautics. Oh shit, we have a hell of a lot of comments in the live stream. Is that Captain Spaulding Universe? Oh, yo, one song, 44th degree. It's the Nick Cage Ultra Wizard Hour. Are you reading this, Juan?
Yes, bro. That's what I'm reading.
Oh. What's up? It's not on the MFTIC Telegram. What the hell are you talking about, Rob? Do you want us to live stream on Telegram as well? We could do that.
Yo, Rob is weird, right, bro? Like, he'll be on some shit, and I won't even know what the fuck he's talking about, bro.
Hey, don't talk shit about Rob, okay? I have to go to work with him on Monday.
Yeah, I think Rob's always on point. I don't know what you're talking about.
Bro, whenever he's... No, he's a fucking troll on my Telegram. He'll say some fucking weird shit. I'm like, what is this guy on?
Well,
bro?
That's what I told him. I'm like, listen, bro, save the weird shit for Juan's Telegram because I can't handle it.
Yeah, so I get all the fucking weird shit. I open up my Telegram. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like,
dude, what is all this shit, dude?
Rob wants me to show up for work, so he knows he's got to put the weird shit in your Telegram.
Oh, well, I mean, I appreciate the engagement, but when he's talking about fucking moles having syphilis, I don't know what the fuck to answer back about that. You know what I mean?
Do you guys get those kind of problems up on the farm, Tyler? Ever have any livestock with syphilis?
I don't know about that. I don't have any livestock. We get rats around the elevator, but that's about it. So.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
have you ever fucked a donkey?
Okay.
Lots of times.
That's enough.
Oh, lots of times, man. That's just the good old Saturday night, you know. So.
That's supposed to fuck the livestock. That's why.
That's tomorrow.
No, dude. There's literally a Vice special on that where they go to like I don't even know somewhere like Colombia or something, and there's all these dudes that like live in the mountains that fuck donkeys.
Oh my god.
For real, dude. I cannot make that up. I mean, I could make it up.
Yeah. We got some more people joining. We got Rob in the Telegram. We got Ron from New England in the Telegram. You guys could speak over there on your phone, and you'll come in through our audio here. We got TR joining. This is a full-fledged Illuminati confirmed party. We're live on YouTube. This is the most people we've ever had watch any live MFTIC content.
Bro, I don't know what it. That's why when you told me, Mark, I'm like, if I can get at least 15 people from my shitty fucking podcast, then I'm sure that we could get at least 15, 20 people watching from your podcast because it's a lot bigger than mine. So,
well, thanks, Juan. You don't often compliment me, and I'm a pro podcaster who doesn't get enough credit. So,
look at this, bro. I posted the first thing that I posted a link on my Instagram, and the first thing that Isaac replies is like, I made that, bro, Dr. I.
Yeah, and he's our bisexual yogi guru in the chat, right? Is that that's how he identifies?
Is he? What? Let me check. Yeah, something like that. He's here to spread love and light or some gay shit.
Yeah. Well, we have another participant, TR, who was mentioned earlier. What's up, brother? Welcome to the Illuminati confirmed.
Hey.
Welcome
Hopefully
to
I'll
the
get
Illuminati
confirmed right now, man.
Bro.
What's up, man?
No problem. What's up? We're gonna leave your video off just to keep the.
I get it. All good.
Just to keep the vibe the same. It's gonna mess up the OBS.
Here's my question. What
for
% of this world is podcast, YouTuber, conspiracy, reality are in the Illuminati? What %?
I would say
100?
Joe Rogan.
Chris is confirmed.
I'd say Joe Rogan's a definite Illuminati confirmed. I mean, Paul Check.
You think
30%?
so, bro?
I didn't ask for names, man. %.
Oh,
yeah, no
percent.
names, Mark. What the fuck's wrong with you, dog?
I'm just keeping it 100.
110.
Mark's shooting shots. Mark's shooting shots.
All right, I think it's 0.0001%. It's just Joe Rogan.
I like that idea better. It's Rogan and everyone else is clean.
Rogan is like, you don't go through him without being approved by the Illuminati.
Have you guys ever went down that Matthew North Rogan rabbit hole?
So who?
There's it's more on like BitChute. It's been taken off YouTube and stuff. But Matthew North, I believe, is the guy's name. He did this whole long, like 3-hour video on how Rogan is connected to the MAPS group and CIA and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. I think the whole psychedelic wave is why Joe Rogan had that MAPS guy on. I mean, maybe he funds, like he donates to it or something, but I find it hard to believe that Rogan is somehow connected to it more than just like a talking piece. Like he's helped promulgate psychedelics in the past 10 years. They're certainly more popular than they were before his show became a thing. So I mean, there's no arguing that, but whether or not he like gets a paycheck from MAPS for peddling their shit, I think that's probably unlikely.
Yeah, I think the connection was more that they helped fund that On It, that Aubrey Marcus, I think his name is, that's got a lot of like sketchy government connects.
Well, what is the Illuminati? I mean, because if we are going to talk about the Illuminati, are they illuminating or are they dimming that light? Because I think so many people in the conspiracy community are like, well, they're dimming the light. Of course, the Illuminati's controlling everybody, but...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, are they even around anymore? Like, are they even calling themselves the Illuminati anymore?
No.
That's what I'm almost thinking. Like, is it manifested into something else?
Some marsupials now, absolutely. Like that's the whole thing. Like people don't realize how deep this marsupial shit goes. I mean, you want to talk about that today, Mark?
I want to talk about it, but I feel like you have way more research than we do, than we have prepared. Chris and I, we're kind of slacking. You know, Chris is over there running an international business. Okay, if anyone's Illuminati confirmed in the podcast game, it's him. Remember what you were telling me? You're like, bro,
I don't know what you're talking about.
You told me you make like one call to China and get as many.
I remember that.
As many blank T-shirts as you need.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Where do you think those blank T-shirts are coming from?
It's definitely not slave labor. Definitely not.
No, it's coming from the Chinese gnome factories. Okay, there's gnomes that aren't recognized by science that they're using as slaves. It's connected to the marsupial theory. Hit him, Juan.
Dude, if you want to really know, I'll tell you.
How many years?
Go, bro. You already brought it up, so we got to go in.
They're just genetically, they're just Oompa Loompas, really. They're orange, they're short. They don't talk back. They're sick, dude. They're
homunculi, bro. What's up?
Yeah. I don't watch this.
I really liked.
As soon as you hit the coast, you got Hong Kong. Once you get past that, you monkulize for 10,000 miles, bro. All the way till you hit Rome, basically. You know?
That's how they run their factories, just homunculi. But I really liked what is happening here. I really it's an Alex Jones glory hole, bro. That's what he's got going on there.
Somebody would like big bucks for that.
I really like the theory that Rob had going on because Rob's a degenerate, so he was again on my chat just saying some fucked up stuff, and he's talking about how the marsupials, you know, it's like an endless Ouroboros where they jerk off into the pouch, so they never die because they just make another marsupial in the pouch, you know, as soon as they just jerk off in it. You know, I never really thought about that, but that makes a lot of sense to me.
Well, they jerk off and they come straight up in there, and then they like catch it.
They open up the pouch they catch it.
Yeah.
And then it's done. But check this out, bro. Marsupials, you know, there's a difference between regular mammals that are considered placentals, and then you have marsupials, right? Marsupials, they actually give birth earlier than regular mammals, and then they go in the pouch. So there is a scientific thing. There's even a do you guys do fear more occult dark artists or black budget intelligence? Yo, you see that question mark?
Wait, don't stop. What are you doing?
We'll get to that question real soon. First, we got to talk about how the homunculi in Israel are telling all the marsupials where to go in China to get this. Well, we're on YouTube right now, so we'll maybe avoid the China conversation. But the marsupials and the homunculi have teamed up, and it's Team America versus Team Homunculi. That's all.
These demonic Democrats. What was it? Can we say that on here? Fuck, man. I don't know what we can and can't say.
Well, we'll let everyone know. If you want to hear this show uncensored, go to the Patreon, because YouTube's a bunch of pussies.
Well, that's probably true.
That's facts, bro. Tyler wants to ask a question. Is that what that is?
Yeah. I was wondered what you guys all thought about this, like the secret space program stuff. I know Mark got to interview this one guy.
Tyler! Jesus Christ! Nuclear weapons and dinosaurs is fake. Also,
I don't think I've heard you guys chat about that.
Dude,
before.
I did a podcast with Moral Bob last night. His name is Space is Fake and Gay on Instagram, and bro, like
wait, hold, stop. It's gay too.
It's gay too, bro. That's
the shit we was talking last the other day.
Yes.
No way.
Shout out to Moral Bob.
Shout out to
What's
Moral
up,
Bob.
Shout out to Moral Bob.
He's part of Alt Media United.
Hey.
Shout out to Moral Bob.
Yo, Space is so
I would
gay.
say
gay as fuck.
I would say
So-
the secret space program, as interesting as my last guest was talking about that. Shout out to Top Secret Texan.
Wait, don't you dare get off this topic, you son of a bitch.
About what? Hibbler?
Space is fake and gay.
Yeah, we're talking about that. I'm just Jeez, Chris.
That guy was off the hooks.
This is just evidence that you don't listen to my show.
This is a psyop right here.
Because if you did, you would know that we
Yeah.
talked about space in the Top Secret Texan episode.
But you
He
didn't talk about it
He
being
didn't talk
gay.
about it.
Yeah. See what's gay.
Wait, he talked about. I didn't talk about shit. I hardly said a word. This guy
Yeah.
was on motor mouth mode. But anyways, yeah, I think space is fake and gay, and they, take these dudes like Top Secret Texan, knock them over the head, bring them into some military laboratory, and then fill them with a bunch of space garbage, space junk,
yeah.
and then they come on and they come on podcast and they're like, yeah, the reptilians in Centurion B pulled
Say it in
me,
the Alex Jones voice, bro. And they take you in the.
No, Alex Jones left.
Oh my.
No, well, here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. I like Top Secret Texan. He's a good dude. Okay, so if he listens to this, don't get me wrong here. I had a great time talking to him, but I do think that there is an element to what he's saying that's manufactured, and he admits it himself that he's been manipulated or fucked with by the government. And we just lost Juan. What the hell? Oh,
I was putting on my lipstick. I didn't want Rob to fucking say some shit about it. So
yeah, Rob's
Right.
listening. He can chime in whenever he wants. He's actually in the Telegram right now. He's being
There's
very
people-
polite.
there's
But,
people talking in the Telegram.
What's that?
There's people talking in the Telegram.
No, Juan. So for people who aren't aware, you could live stream on Telegram. So we're live streaming on Telegram. We're also live streaming on YouTube. So you can hear this on Telegram if you join the Telegram group. And if you join the Telegram group, folks, you can actually chime in. We have some folks in the Zoom call. Obviously, they're patrons, so they get to the front of the line. Thank you for your support. But yeah, Telegram as well is a cool way to access the show live. We have some questions in the chat. Juan, you interrupted yourself earlier to read it. Is this it? How deep has the alleged reversal of everything we know, specifically in regards to the whole devil versus God thing in the Western world? How deep has this reversal gone? It's not really a question, Boma, but we can maybe pose it as a question. What do you think? Do you think it's an exaggeration of duality to think that there's actually a real God or a real devil, Chris? Or do you think that that's just the way it is? There is the devil and there's God.
I think it's like like they put the truth in movies. They hide that shit, right? I think it's like Zoolander. Remember when he says, "All, I am all." All is like.
Bro, you always bring up Zoolander, dog.
Yeah, this is
Is
the
that an
fourth
old
episode
person
you
thing?
talking about Zoolander.
No, they drop fucking straight gems, straight heat in there.
I'm gonna have to watch this after this. Hold on.
That's what
But
was
I'm
on the
saying,
flight
like-
when he went to Mexico. He watched Zoolander on the way there and back.
13 times.
I might have, but there's two of them to be fair. You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
anyway, the one in the second one, I would have to assume that if there was a higher power, it would encapsulate the bad part as well, because it's like, you ever see a yin yang? There's like a circle around the yin yang too. You know what I mean? So whatever the biggest, furthest out you could zoom is it would have to create the negative polarity of itself.
Damn.
I think, you know what I mean? So that's just my,
Yeah.
humble opinion. I'm clearly a moron too. So it's like, what do I know? I mean, what do you guys think? Sure.
Well, we did do that episode with Esoteric Eddie, and I mean, you can go into the whole intricacies as far as the development of the Satan character and all this stuff. And I mean, I grew up Pentecostal Christian, so dude, I remember when I was probably 10 or 12 years old reading about the book Revelation and my grandma telling me that they were going to cut my head off if I didn't repent and accept Jesus Christ. So all this stuff, right? And I think all these characters that they insert in every single ancient religion and mythology and cosmology or whatever it is, I think it's just bullshit. I think it's the same entity, right? The universe. And like how Chris is saying, I think within that you have the high vibrational entities and the lower vibrational entities. You know what I mean? Or it could be the same entity. You know, it's good as above, so below. It's the same fucking thing, and it just has a range. You know, it's got a dynamic. And how the Hindu Trinity, where it's the preserver, the destroyer, and the life giver, I think that's the same thing. Where it's just, you know, it needs to have the universe needs to have some sort of balance. And I think the things that we perceive as bad, I mean, obviously we can get into the whole fucking morals of good and bad, but there is some natural balance to everything. And maybe some of the things that we perceive as bad is probably just the universe leveling itself out, unfortunately. Even though it is done by certain people, you know, I'm talking about, like people hurting children and all this shit. That's fucked up. But do I think it's necessary? No. But anyways, the whole thing to say that I do think that there is a good and evil, but I think it's part of the same system.
It's interesting though, Juan, though, here, because he says alleged reversal of everything we know, and that's interesting because they're like talking about. I don't know who said that or what the name.
Somebody in the.
It was Bo Ma, and they said.
Shout out to Bo Ma.
Yeah, it's like what Sam Tripoli says. What's up is down. You know, they make.
It's the inversion that fucking.
Right, because it's like a lot of schools, they teach you how to do one thing, like they don't teach you how to do everything. A lot of, it's like this reversal in Western society, right? Like, and that goes to say with the church too. It's like, dude, if they were really like Catholics, they'd be giving all that money away to motherfuckers, so everybody be having a good time, because that's what Jesus would do. What would Jesus do? So they don't live it. So there is this reversal of, what do you call that when somebody does something and they don't.
He's quoting Vinny Paz. Lucifer is God in the public school system. I suggest you open up your eyes and listen. Wow. Yeah, Vinny Paz, though, was he the one that put out? Was that him? He put out a album just recently where he was like correcting himself.
Yeah, Vinny Paz is definitely taking a different turn.
It was him though, right?
I don't know specifically, but as a fan of Vinny Paz, I have noticed that while his style and his ability hasn't changed, his talent hasn't changed much, he's still as good as a rapper as he's always been. His content has shifted away from the more controversial conspiracy stuff. And I think it's because he fucks with the more of the social justice warrior angle of shit, with the Black Lives Matter. And I don't blame him. I mean, that's his world. Like, living.
We're on YouTube though. We can't talk about that.
Oh yeah, shit. So, but yeah, basically,
I wanted to add on to that though, because I think Chris is thinking about something else. What they're talking, we talked about Crowley the other night, where they like the Black Sabbath. It's an inversion of a Christian Eucharist where they do everything backwards. The inversion. So what this guy's talking about is how deep is the alleged reversal? So
it goes the whole way.
Like the serpent in the Garden of Eden was actually the good guy and not the bad guy, and Yahweh was actually the bad guy and not the good guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he's fucking getting at.
I mean, dude, I had Esoteric Eddie on last night too on Mensa, right? And so we were talking about this.
Oh, you think you're fucking cool now because you're having our guest on, bro? Is that?
Look at how jealous Juan gets, Chris. He thinks that he owns his guests. That's what it is.
Mark, shut up,
your
bro.
age and we were going to the bar together because I was stealing all the bitches on you, son, and you just we'd never be friends again, dude.
Vinny Paz apologized. Vinny Paz apologized for saying there was skeletons. Man. Yeah, he was the one that just came out and was like, yeah, I said a lot of things without doing the research. I was like, what the fuck? This guy's an idiot. Yeah, dude. Anyways.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So I got a confirmation from my homie Zach of Dead World Radio. Shout out to Dead World Radio if you guys want to listen to some good hip hop online on the IPFS. He says Vinny Paz apologized for saying there was skeletons on the moon.
Yeah, he did though, but he just came out with an album probably a few months ago. And he did a song where
he's trying to detract himself from the conspiracy world because of the whole Q thing. And again, we're touching on things that maybe will get us kicked off of YouTube. And I am on 2 strikes, so listeners, don't think we're being fucking pussies. I don't want to get my YouTube channel banned, but this might be the last straw. So hey, if you're here, enjoy it. We've got the tuna. We got the big tuna in the Telegram, and Joe is also in the Telegram. New face there. I have not seen Joe in the Telegram before, but shout out to you guys. If you're watching on YouTube, you can go over to the Telegram and you can be a part of the conversation. I allow you to speak and chime in. Whether we hear you or not, I don't know. We haven't tested it yet. But
can you send me that link, bro?
If you do talk, chime in. To my Telegram, you should have that.
But is it the main one or the Patreon only Telegram?
It's the main one.
Hey, will YouTube please answer me this question?
What?
Do you fear more occult dark artists or black budget intelligence agencies?
Yeah, that was Dead World Radio's question. Good question.
They're the same.
Well,
I think they're the same.
I think that's funny that comes up with your response being, oh, I think they're the same. Because I don't think if it, for instance, Aleister Crowley, if it wasn't for him, I don't know how closely associated those two things would be. And then to bring it even further back, John Dee, right? The espionage occultist for the Queen. So, yeah, there's definitely a synchronistic, or not a synchronistic, there's a sort of hand-in-glove relationship between occult anything and black budget. I mean, they're both kind of synonymous. The word black budget and occult pretty much mean the same thing. So yeah, I mean, shit, I don't know how many CIA operatives are saying a ceremonial ritual to Baphomet before they assassinate some
that of, Mark, because here's the thing.
That's the thing. I think the killing itself is a part of the magic, in a sense that you don't necessarily have to do all that ritual stuff. Maybe there's some other operative in the grand scheme of whatever mission it is. JFK, for example, maybe there was a coven of black magicians doing some kind of spell to make sure that bullet went where it did.
Hold on, Mark. Do you not know that there was a giant bird?
100%.
There was a giant bird at the JFK assassination.
What? Oh, dude, no, don't talk about that.
Hey, asshole.
Don't talk about
birds
that.
Are real, okay?
No, birds are part of the fucking CIA.
No, dude, that guy's a twerp. All right, listen, everybody on YouTube.
God.
Listen, look at me. That guy that's doing that fake bird thing, fuck him. He's a twerp. If he wants to come on my podcast and debate me, I will do it. You're a twerp asshole, and you're making us look bad as conspiracy theorists. So cut it out. Birds are real, and they're fucking cool.
Have you ever seen a baby
Love
pigeon?
birds.
Hey, have you two idiots seen that this guy has literally admitted that it's all a joke?
Have you ever seen a baby pigeon, Mark? Just answer yes or no, bro.
Dude, he's already admitted it's a joke. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I get it. That's the point. He's making fun of us.
Exactly.
I think he's not to, but the craziest people are always the ones that are most right, bro. I don't know, Mark.
You're wrong. They're birds.
I'm sticking with it. Everybody listening live and in the Telegram, I'm looking at you. I'm pointing at you. Hit this guy up. Tell him he needs to be on the My Family Thinks I'm Crazy podcast, because he ain't crazy enough to
Mark
be doing
said you're
the
a pussy, bro. You won't debate him. I'd pay to see that shit.
I'll
Yeah,
debate
or
him.
box. I would pay to see you guys box.
Oh no, but Mark would kick his fucking ass, bro.
No,
Hell yeah, Mark's got that reach.
No, we're not
Dude,
boxing.
height advantage too.
We're not boxing.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
Plus,
not boxing.
we'd give him some sweet shorts with like flames and
No.
Look at this. Look at this fucking guy, bro.
I'm just a voice. I'm just a voice on a podcast. I'm not fighting anyone in the real world. Anyways, so here we are.
I think they should fight, though. I think it would be dope.
You should fuck him up, Mark.
A conspiracy box off?
That's already.
That'd be
I
awesome.
think that's already happened. Ari Shafir versus Sam Tripoli at Skankfest NYC. Sam Tripoli ground and pounded him.
Listen, that's great. But we need more. We had a little taste. We had a little appetizer. We need more.
That happens every week on Conspiracy Social Club. They just don't hit each other.
I need more. I want to need physical activity, bro. I want to see you reach out and touch that boy talking about pigeons are fake. Hit him from like, yo, bro, your reach is like 9 feet. You could hit him across the ring.
No,
He's a Tartarian, bro.
He would have to attack me. I don't break my Ronin rules. I don't.
You could put him in a
fights.
noogie. You could do a noogie or something like that. Noogie the shit, wedgie the shit out of him.
No, we're live on YouTube. I'm not threatening anybody.
Dude, straight threats going out to pigeons.
Hey, I'll debate him. I'll stand by that.
Yeah,
If he
he's just punching pigeons as they come by. Like,
Yeah. What?
I said I'll debate him. If he feels threatened by that, well, then I threatened him. But that's all I'm saying. Let's debate, bird guy, bird brains.
I think you should box him.
Ew, what the hell is that?
In furry costumes.
Oh, it's Nicolas Cage as a bird. Yeah, we could fight in furry costumes because then it would be more like a spectacle. I would do that.
Yeah, definitely.
If somebody showed up and they had a furry costume for me and they were also wearing one, I would fight them.
I want to see Mark fight as many furries at once as possible. You know what I mean? 10.
They'd fuck him up, bro.
They can't swing fast. They got all that material.
No, they'd fuck Mark up, dude.
No way,
like a flock. What do you call like multiple furries? Is it furries or is it like, you know how they like?
If they're near me, it's called a murder of furries.
Murder.
That's what I'll call them, a murder of furries. Or
They'll fuck you up, Mark.
Murder crows.
Yeah,
Mark, you
bro.
get stomped out by like a fucking kitty cat with foot that's 18 inches and all fuzzy. That'd be so embarrassing.
Listen, after the conversation we had with the UFO Garage podcast, which, by the way, for everyone listening who's not a patron, you're missing out. You can get that conversation right now. It's on the Patreon. You can go listen. And, I mean, shit, according to Ben and Joe, there are cat people out there that are ready to whoop both of your asses, okay? They're on my side because I'm a cat person. We've talked about this before, but you two are dog guys.
Dude, I'm gonna get
fuck is this guy?
I'm gonna get jumped in the street.
I like cats.
Dude with whiskers, like just gonna beat the shit out of you, Juan. Get in the van, meow.
Yeah, he just fucking take you, wrap you up in saran wrap. You're just fucking saran wrapped. Just fucking, they put a bag over your head, bro. That'd be so fucking scary, dude.
Dude, we got a good question here. Kangaroo Jack, predictive programming for a marsupial takeover.
Possible.
That movie was weird. That was one of the first CGI movies with like a character that was CGI and real actors, right? That one and Flubber.
Oh, Flubber.
Flubber was another one like that, where it was like a big deal because it was real actors and a CGI character. So boring.
Is this Chance Garton?
No, this is Chance, the Provo Kid. Shout out to the Provo Kid.
That's me.
He just had me on his podcast recently. What's up, Chance?
Sorry, guys. I didn't know I could join, dude. I was just watching quietly.
You got any questions for this is an Ask Me Anything. We got a bunch of people hanging in the Zoom call. We got people hanging on the live chat. We got people hanging in the Telegram chat. We have some questions coming in. What do you think? You got a question for the Illuminati?
Yeah,
confirmed?
I don't know if you guys already answered it, but I asked a question about Napoleon Bonaparte, his descendants, and if you guys think they're part of the Illuminati, because they're still alive and they're still kicking.
I've heard the Napoleon Bonaparte thing is very complicated. Like, so some people, right? Like when you think of Napoleon, right? And I'm gonna reference Walter Bosley's work. So if anybody wants to understand what I'm trying to paraphrase, just go straight to Walter Bosley. He wrote a book called Esoteric Napoleon. But the point of that was he was talking about how, you know, our idea of Napoleon is very propagandized, right? So when he went and did all the things he did, the British hated him. So they remembered him through their propaganda as a short tyrant, a dictator, right? And that came over to our side of the world, and that's been a part of sort of American history, right? That Napoleon is just this short dictator. Like it's sort of a colloquialism. Well, Walter says that's not true at all. He was a tall person, as a matter of fact. He probably looked a lot like me. But anyways, he went to the pyramids and he was trying to do some shit like what Aleister Crowley was doing. He was trying to spend time in the Great Chamber and meditate and take it all in. And apparently he had a big fondness for this sort of thing, esoteric, occult artifacts. And the story is that Napoleon was captured and left on an island to die, right? Well, the truth may be that it wasn't him that was captured and left to die on this remote island. It was his brother who had always been a lookalike. Like he had used his brother various times as a lookalike throughout history. So the theory is that Napoleon's brother, John Bonaparte, who lived out the rest of his years in New Jersey, of all places, was actually the real Napoleon Bonaparte in disguise. And his brother took the bullet, so to speak, for him and, died on the island. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff about Napoleon. And it turns out that he may have been like an enemy of the elites based on, Walter's research. But, who knows? Somebody who knows a lot about Napoleon may look at Walter's research and say, oh, this guy's just a conspiracy theorist. So I think Walter does great research. So I would check out Esoteric Napoleon by Walter Bosley.
Dude, I appreciate that. That was a heavy knowledge drop, dude. Thank you, man. Because I was on a Wikipedia rabbit hole and I just came across, I was looking Black nobility and stumbled across Napoleon's family and surprised they're still running around. But that's cool, man. Thank you for sharing that and appreciate you taking my question here.
No problem. No problem. Hang out in the room here, brother. You're in the
Awesome.
Zoom. If you have any more questions, chime in. Chris, Juan, thoughts on Napoleon? Any thoughts on Napoleon? Chris is like, who cares?
I'm happy that you were here because I wouldn't have been able to fucking answer that question because, I mean, homeboy's still fucking dead, right? I mean, we can agree on that, right? They're both dead?
Napoleon?
Right?
Yeah, Juan, are you retarded? That was in like the
Yes.
1800s, bro.
A little bit. I am a little retarded, by the way, so.
When do you think Napoleon did all the shit he did?
No, I forgot where the fuck I
60s?
was reading. I forgot where I was reading about. No, that's what I'm saying. He's fucking dead anyways. So,
Yeah, that wasn't even a debate. Like nobody.
I know
was
it's not a
even-
debate.
Dude, he
Listen.
died in 1984.
So I'm trying to remember where I fucking was reading about Napoleon actually the other day, like a couple of days ago actually, and I completely forgot. It was something to do with the esoteric as well and the occult. But I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, these guys, they all want to jerk off in the king's chamber for some reason, right? Just like Crowley did. And all these guys are trying to summon demons and, again, the elites trying to find the fountain of youth, right? That the elixir of life, the philosopher's stone. I think all these guys are after the same fucking thing. And I think that's even translated to today's standards. And
Dude,
I mean,
you know what it is, Juan? The Vesica, the MasterCard logo, the Vesica Pisces, the shape that's behind the fish, the Jesus. It's pussy, man. It's all about pussy.
Yeah.
Man. That's all you need to know, baby. That's it.
Wow.
That's the only. That's
End
the only
all your research here, folks. Chris just answered the great mystery. Wow. End of podcast. I'm just gonna give up my career as a podcast.
Put a pin in
End
it. We're done.
We're done. It's pussy. Wow. I had it all along. Right in the
You
other
wasn't-
room there.
You wasn't thinking about it right, bro. Why do you get out of bed? Pussy.
Yeah.
Because you
I
need a
usually
job.
stay in bed for that.
You need a job. Imagine if you got to think about this though. This is obviously clearly a joke, but what if you didn't have to? What if it was a planet full of men, like just men? We didn't have, there was no women outlet. We would be the dirtiest.
that's what breeds furries, bro.
Not-
That
They're
would end very quickly. I don't think.
we wouldn't get nothing done.
No,
We'd be
no
so
one would have
bored.
evolved past caveman if that was the
I'm
case.
saying, that's right. We would just in cave picking our nose, just sitting there like, dude, what do you want to do today? Nothing. Word.
I hear you. I hear you.
Women are like, get up, dude. Clean the cave, dude. What is wrong with you? Go fucking grow some vegetables. And they're right. They're right for that. We need that. Look at Juan, dude.
What
This guy's
about
Look at this guy. He's a mess, bro.
What about Juan, bro? What about him?
Sleep. Juan needs sleep.
Let me throw a life raft out to you, drowning fools. We got a question from Slick Dissident. The Isle of
shirt, that gets the background the same as the background. The shirt that matches the background. Sorry, I gotta say that.
That's all right. Yeah, it looks great. Juan, your head is kind of blending into all the other Nick Cage faces.
That's fine. That's what I want. There you go.
So it says Isle of Manzim, Gay Funland, Elvis Celebrity Fake Death Retreat Center, or Deadly Dr. Moreau Human Hunting Ground? Question mark.
You know, the thing about Gabe, Slick Dissident, is that he's on some shit. All right,
he's on another level. I don't even know where to start with that question because, first of all, what the hell is Isle of Manzim? Second of all, is that Gay Funland? It doesn't make sense. Gabe, get into the Telegram somehow, or shit, Gabe's not a patron. Well, all right, Gabe, DM me. We'll get you a Zoom link and we'll get you in here to explain yourself, sir, because that you can't just leave us with a gay Elvis thing. Also, Dr. Moreau. I mean, I don't really doubt that Elvis could have been gay. He was like one of the first like boy band dudes, right? I mean, not to degrade him by calling him a boy band, but that was like the phenomena, right? Him and the Beatles were like,
yeah, but you got to understand that Nick Cage is connected to the Presley family. All right, so we can't badmouth the king without badmouthing the other king. All right, so you got to tread lightly when we talk about that, because you see another
anomalous code, dude. What the hell does that mean? Napoleon
Gabe, jump
zombie?
into the chat, bro. Into the
get
call.
Gabe, get in here, please. Jeez Louise, what is going on? I feel like this is code breaker, man. We need a code breaker to understand Slick Dissident.
I'm gonna have him on next week, bro, and he's always on some shit.
You're so cool. You have guests on your podcast, dude.
Yeah. I'm trying to do a Canadian.
Dude, hold on, dude. No. Juan's got his own guests, okay? You cannot touch his. They're the untouchables.
Mark,
that's what we call Juan's podcast. The untouchables. You can't book the same guests as Juan.
Buddy, you got your own guests.
I hate when you guys start shit and then I get the fucking shit end of the stick because people don't know that it's actually you fucks that started it, and then I look like the fucking asshole.
Chris has the most unique podcast out of all of us. Nobody's interviewed the people Chris has interviewed. He's interviewed snowboarders, artists. I mean, shit, plenty more of other interesting things I'm not remembering. Me and you, Juan, we just interview nuts like us.
Skiers, bro. He's a skier.
I've interviewed one skier, but he's kind of a nut though. He's the greatest. He's Griffin Cummings. Shout out to Griffin Cummings.
Right on. On. Do we have any questions for Chris in the chats, folks? We've got an elder Illuminati here. He knows a lot. He's been around the world. He's seen some things. He's shredded some nar pow. Come on, folks. Let's get some questions for our main man, Pope Chris.
Pope Chris, why aren't you on the Telegram group, bro?
Oh, shots fired.
He's got a Nokia, bro. What the fuck you mean? You can't download it.
No, I got an iPhone. You
still got the car cell phone pack in the middle.
Dude, to be honest, I don't really like technology that much.
I hear you. We do enough talking for you in the Telegram, so we're grateful that you spend as much time as you do in there at all. So
when I was a kid, dude, I was like that. I tried not to get a computer. I was like, fuck, I like holdout, like a full holdout, like cell phone holdout, computer holdout. Till it was basically not an option not to. And now I kind of just I just don't like it, dude. I never have.
Think about how far you could have gone, Chris.
Dude, fuck, man. I don't like diving.
You could have been full-blown hooked up to the metaverse by now.
Saying, bro, why would you do shit you don't like doing?
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I'm not going to force you to, I don't know.
Snowboard.
Yeah, whatever you don't like.
Damn, man, I didn't mean to tap a nerve. I was just like, could we get Chris's perspective in the chat?
Oh, not at all. No, not at all. I'm on there, you know what I'm saying? I have it, but I'm doing other shit, man. You know, basically.
No, I made it worse, TR. I said shots fired.
Soundboard's not even here.
How
Gotta get
dare
that
you,
spicy.
TR, you son of a bitch. You go back to
Yeah.
the hole you came from, you bastard. No. Where you from, bro? What's your story, man? Who are you, dog?
I'm from out in Indiana, bro.
Word.
Oh shit.
Conspiracy head out there? Is that the vibes?
He is
Yeah,
the state representative of Indiana. He
Wow.
represents.
I think
the
that's slick
state.
dissident. I think that's slick dissident, bro.
Damn. Shots fired.
Mark got me hooked on this 40th stuff with Michael Wan, so I've been tearing down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's when you research conspiracies and drink 40 ounces.
Oh yeah.
Old English only. Got
Edward
taped to
40
both
hands?
hands
You do Edward 40 hands?
nightly.
Do you know what that is, Edward 40 hands, TR?
Yeah, I happened to went to college for a period of time. I definitely understand what that is.
He's been to college. Okay, no, the 40th parallel is a lot cooler than
Both
that.
hands? High
Actually,
gravity?
Chris,
High
you're on the 40th parallel, homeboy. Portland's on the 40th parallel, right?
Illuminati confirmed.
That sounded like the soundboard, actually, for a second there. But
Next
yeah.
week, guys. Next week, Monday, I'm back. I'm back and ready to fucking go, bro.
No, Portland's not on the 40th parallel, but it's not that far off.
What's the big deal with the 40th parallel?
There's a lot of strangeness on the 40th parallel. It's also,
Oh, really?
out of all of the parallel lines of latitude, it's the most populated.
Really?
33rd, man.
The 33rd is pretty wild, too.
And a lot of cities just happen to be built right on the 40th parallel, like Philadelphia, Lancaster, Moundsville, West Virginia, Columbus, Ohio, Indianapolis, Indiana, Boulder, Colorado. So yeah, there's.
Hey, did you get a chance to watch that documentary? I was
Oh, somebody hooked us up with. Somebody
Salt
did us a
Lake.
big favor and sent Slick a Zoom link.
You're welcome. There he is, right there. The man.
Chris,
the myth,
sorry to cut you off.
the
Go ahead,
legend.
Chris.
How dare it. Did you get a chance to watch that documentary I was telling you about?
Probably not.
Hidden in Plain Sight. The guy that talks
On
about
YouTube?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I've seen it. You've sent it, but you sent me that a long time ago.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's like all about ley lines, longitude, latitude, all how these different structures make geometric shapes over the planet. It's fucking crazy, dude. And yeah, it's a great documentary. It's like what, like 2 parts, and they're both like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it was like 6 hours, 7 hours
On
long,
YouTube, right?
Yeah,
If it's still up. Yeah, if
it's still up. Yeah,
Well-
it's really interesting.
Well, I'll
'Cause
get
they,
to that, and we'll do a breakdown episode on the Patreon, like we did with the moderate weight of massive podcasting talent. Right? Was that what I named the episode?
Moderate podcasting.
So, anyways, we got Slick Dissident here in the call. Slick, you're always dropping these truth bombs. You're dropping a lot of knowledge. Sometimes these things are hard to decipher, though, brother. I mean, you are on another level sometimes. So can you please help us understand this question, the Isle of Man? And there's two. Oh, Man-Im. Okay, it was too far away. I couldn't see that. Can you explain what that's referring to? And gay funland and a fake death with Elvis?
Yeah, I was trying to drum up some topic generation for Juan there. That was kind of digging back on the show Juan and I did with Tomb Raider. And the most recent Tomb Raider took place on the Isle of Man. And I found that just really interesting because the Isle of Man was kind of popped on the radar with the lockdowns. And there were a bunch of headlines coming out of the Isle of Man. But the Tomb Raider movie came out years before. So I was just trying to razz Juan on the fact that the Isle of Man is highly suspect, y'all.
Well, I mean, the flag. Have you ever seen a weirder flag? Like,
yes. You know what I think that encodes, Mark?
Tell us.
I think it's a homunculus.
Well, for those who have never seen it, please do yourself a favor and just Google search it. But to paint the picture, it's like 3 legs that all share the same hip joint, and they're all kind of moving like the same way a swastika has all of the lines in the same direction, like each feet are kind of pointing in the same direction, almost like a swirl. But what makes you think the homunculi is being referred to there?
Well, one aspect is when the queen comes to the island, she's no longer a queen. She becomes a lord. And this is strangely, she crosses over. It has this hermaphroditic inversion just by virtue of being on the island. And the name of the island being the Isle of Man, the fact that it's a sovereign state and not subject to British law whatsoever, I'm pretty sure this is the perfect place if you were trying to birth anal homunculi.
Oh.
This is exactly the territory you would be doing it.
Right.
And so the two standard legs, that's a dude, and that third leg coming out, I'm thinking that's a baby.
That's a dick.
Oh, okay. So maybe my description wasn't great. I wasn't looking at it, but is there a difference between the legs? Does one of them look different than the others?
No, you're right. They're symmetrical. They're symmetrical. It's like a Triskelion.
Right. But you're saying
like
that you think one of them is being birthed, and that's why it's 3 rather than maybe 4 or any other number of legs.
Yep. That's kind of what I'm getting out of that. And so I just thought of that the other day, and I was like, oh, I should have mentioned that to Juan. I should have dropped that on Juan with the Tomb Raider. Damn.
All right. Well, I appreciate you explaining that. Real quick, I just have to point out, we've been turning the videos off just to, keep it down to the 3 of us because we don't want to have everybody on the screen at once. But Tuna, god damn, look at that background. You could keep that on. I was just about to say, stick around a little bit, Tuna. What are you doing over there? You're in the Northern Lights. He actually lives pretty close to where you can see the Northern Lights. So it's
no, dude, I can fucking see the Northern Lights, man.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you, the one night me and my buddies got real stoned. We went out to the shop late at night. My parents live out on this like hillside, right? And the house is on top of the hill. You can see out over this valley. And we went out to the shop and we smoked a couple joints. And then we walked back out and we look up into the Northern Lights that were there because we were shooting off fireworks. And when you like make loud explosion noises and stuff, it like triggers the Northern Lights to get real crazy. And when yeah, dude, it's a thing. I've noticed it more than once. Like I've seen it like 2-3 times. Freaking yeah. And so we went out there, and I'm not kidding you. We look out in the sky, and almost like a quarter of the sky is covered with this big ass Northern Light that's swirling across, and it swirls into this like giant like anime type like skunk dude thing. And 3 of my buddies saw it with me. We're like, whoa, it's like a giant skunk thing. And they're like, what? Or maybe not like a skunk, more like a badger,
Like a cosmic marsupial.
It was huge. And it fucking flows across the sky like that. And we're like, whoa. It was so dope.
Damn.
The fucking marsupial, bro. You see that shit?
This is, I mean, one of a kind. How could you compete with a show like this? We have people all over the world tuning in. We have people all over the world on the show, from Indiana all the way to Northern Canada. Tuna, that's a hell of a story, dude. I really appreciate that because we've been talking a lot about marsupials. Have you ever considered that was a possum and not a skunk?
I don't know. It like maybe a skunk like badger. I don't know. It reminds me of this. I don't know, like a cartoon. I can't remember what the name is, but there's like this there's this old badger type dude, and he wears like a green, like sleeved long shirt, and he like is always hunched over. But that's kind of what it looked like way up in the sky, but it had like a skunk's tail to it. It was so majestic and sweet. Like how my background's moving, it was moving like that.
Wow.
I'm not kidding. And I gotta tell you, the second time I experienced this where a loud noise triggered them is I woke up in the night I guess it's night for me when I was going to bed at 3 a.m., but it was 6 a.m. Woke up and I was like, what the fuck? hear this loud noise, and I sleep in the basement, and it's a fucking airplane, really loud when flying real low. I don't know why, but I like hear it and I run outside from the basement. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I freaking look up in the sky and I'm like, what the fuck? And dude, the Northern Lights, I've never seen them do that before, what they did, but it was once, and they were like these faint white lights, and they fucking like shoot through the air like and the swirly motion that's behind me here, like up and down, kind of like a wave, and they shot across the sky like fucking speeding bullets, just I was like, what the fuck? And I woke up my mom and my sisters, like they were like, I was like, you gotta see this, the freaking Northern Lights are shooting across the sky. And they're like, what? And they come out and look, they're like, that's pretty sweet. And so yeah, I was like, anytime you get a chance that you're gonna see Northern Lights, make sure you shoot off guns or something like in the evening. It'll fucking trigger them to dance real loud or crazy.
You get some of those like horns that they have at soccer games. What are those called? The vuvuzela things that are really annoying. You blow a bunch of horns. You think so? Do you think it's the like the combustion, the explosion?
I wonder if it's kind of the concussive.
Okay.
The concussion type. I think it's like an energy, you know, when it like, because we were shooting off cherry bombs. And if you know what a cherry bomb firework is, they like shoot off and it's like a high pitched squeal, but at the end it goes kaboom and makes just a bright white flash. And so, yeah, that's what we were doing, shooting them off when it made that giant, but it was like that possum, skunk, badger fucking thing, whatever. It was in the sky and it was colored like purple, green, and white. Like it was like accenting the colors to make it look like what it was.
Wow.
It was trippy. I don't know. Three of us all saw it at the same time. We were like, I was like, that looks like this weird like badger thing. He's like, my buddy right next to me was like, yeah, dude. Then my other buddy's like, let's go inside. I hear a creaky noise. Because you've never been stoned before.
Ah, first timer. Right on.
Oh, yeah.
Damn,
good night.
Tuna. Well, did you ever consider that was like a symbol of the skunky, dank weed you're smoking? Something like that?
Dude, you know what? That was
Spirit
like
of the
a
plant?
year before I got into all this stuff, because it was about the time that I like went into high school and shit, and that's where I started smoking weed and hanging with my buddy that is the one who like first told me about Illuminati when I was in grade 10, and I was like, what's this Illuminati shit? Because I was growing up sheltered, right? And so I'm like, what's this? And I've, you know, that was back in, I think, 2013, 2012 area. And so he put me onto that, and that's what got me down this path and has brought me to here this day.
Right on. Damn. Well, Tuna, prolific stuff, dude. It's rare that we hear about stuff like this, because I mean, how many people even live that high up on the globe? Very few. So, dude, it's not a globe. All right. Well,
it's fucking a realm, right? It's a realm. It's something. It's something.
I'm not trying to piss off every flat earther.
Can't I say like a large portion of our listeners that, you know, believe in a certain model of Earth? You know what I mean?
Well,
let's just call it the area of existence.
I've always said I'm agnostic. I don't go one way or the other, but we have Tuna here. I want to know, you know, who are the Illuminati, brother? I mean, and do the Illuminati even affect you as far up as you are? I mean, geez, you're in such a remote place. I doubt the Illuminati would even really bother folks up there.
Dude, we got the COVID police coming up here, but you know, we tell them, fuck you, fuck
careful.
off.
Bro, this is YouTube, dog.
You
gotta respect the overlords.
Sorry.
Oh goodness. But if
I
you
will,
had to pin
I
it
will
down,
ixnay on the insay.
who do you think the Illuminati are? Do you have any ideas on maybe a person, a group, a country? Who do you think's involved?
Well, I've done like research on it, right? And it goes way back from what I know of the actual name Illuminati. It's gone back to Bavaria, right? And so I don't know, like the Bavaria, that's way off, like I don't know exactly. I mean, I couldn't point it out on a map, but I'd be like, it's somewhere over there, southeast of Europe. So it's southeast of Europe.
Well,
I know
it's in Germany, so you were almost right.
Yeah. Anyways, right?
It's
Well, I should
southeast of
know
you,
that.
for
I'm
sure.
German. Shit. Well, I got German heritage, but yeah. So
Oh shit!
like
Tuna
they're
just
group
found out
of the
live on the
enlightened.
air that he's
Tuna's in the
Illuminati.
Illuminati.
Yeah. Oh, I'm Illuminati. No, I'm not.
Well, do you think that
I'm-
the Northern Lights were created by, you know, like with some sort of
Kind of white top?
explosion or something? Like, is this a natural thing, Tuna? Like, because you said that the fireworks seem to be triggering it. I'm wondering maybe if the military went up there and blew up a nuke or something, and that's why we have that phenomena.
So you want to know what, dude?
Tell me.
I've been told that I'm good. Like I have like a gifted discernment kind of.
And
So
I second that.
right now, you just asked me this, and I've never thought about it before. What causes them? And you know what? Here's my theory
dinosaur.
that I just thought of. It's this new weed that my buddy grew, and I'm smoking.
Oh,
it,
it's
dude.
the weed.
Terpenes are so good, but listen to this:
Right on.
the fucking Northern Lights. They're like waves and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in the water. And you know how people are always talking about the whole like electric universe and shit up in the sky is water.
Water above, water below.
Water
yeah, the
below,
Bible
water
quote.
below. And so like how there's like amoebas and shit in water that when you like stir your hand through it at night, they glow. What if it's almost like something like that in the sky, in space, or the outside of whatever's above
Space
us?
is fake and gay.
I'm just saying space that's above. That's just everybody, kind of understands that's up. So whatever's up,
I'm just fucking with you, bro.
past the whatever, man.
Right on. Well, shit, Tuna, thank you so much for chiming in. We appreciate you being here. Stick around. You can still chime in, but we're going to see if we have any more questions before we come to a close here. I mean, geez, Juan, Chris, did you think we could go this long on the live stream? I thought we would be in it for 15 minutes and tap out. We have a lot of new faces in the live chat, some new faces in the Telegram as well. If any of you want to speak and chime in the Telegram, do so now. You've been very quiet so far. Let's see.
I think TR was gonna say something. He had to put his hand up, or Slick, one of these guys here.
I got something to drop on everybody. This was just the most random
Hit
thought
us.
today.
Hit us.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
So Akhenaten was said to have hip dysplasia and a funny walk. And I have seen this depicted many times in pop culture, like the
Gangsta
new robot in Star Wars that they brought in, and she set free all the robots and started a revolution. She had like the big mama walk. She had like a wide hip kind of stride to her, that robot. And in a strange way, that's kind of got an Akhenaten Messiah complex kind of built into the character. So I've been keeping my eye out for this hip dysplasia in a savior king figure. And today it occurred to me, Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley with his crazy hip dancing. Even his name is like Pelvis Esley. He's got that weird pelvis dance going on.
He was from Memphis, man.
He was the king. He's the king. And so I'm thinking he was carrying the Akhenaten hip dysplasia mantle, and he passed it to Michael Jackson.
Wow.
And Michael Jackson picked that shit up. And that's why Michael Jackson's got all the grab my crotch, spin around with my hips all broken and busted robot style. What do you think?
Wow.
Who's got it now, though, Gabe? Like who?
Yeah, who got the torch passed?
Was it
That's
Chris?
a great question.
No, it wasn't Chris. Chris is not shaking his ass out in public, okay?
That we know of, bro.
It's probably, knowing the way politics has gone and all these folks, it's probably a woman now. I don't know. I mean, but are you suggesting that the spirit of Akhenaten is, Obama, yes, certainly. There's some people I saw who connected his like really famous, iconic photo that he used to campaign to like an Egyptian image and hieroglyph. But what do you think? Is it like the spirit of Akhenaten that they're like trying to embody through this dance style and through this pelvis sort of linguistic magic?
I think so. I think that they pass like artifacts of characteristical artifacts to one another to be like, okay, now this guy's got it in it. I will point out, Akhenaten has a seal. It's a hieroglyphic seal, a stamp, and Barack Obama's signature matches Akhenaten's seal. So whoever guessed that was pretty on point, because there is a lot to support that theory. But Barack Obama, he doesn't have a funky walk, so that kind of throws that to the wind. But I like the question. I think we can. Yeah, nice.
You thought I was playing like I just don't know this shit.
That's it. You nailed it, man. Yeah.
It's weird because look at the name of his kids too, right?
Right. Have you seen what they do when they flip their names in reverse?
Just gets super weird, bro.
They drop. So you write their kids' names in reverse, and you pull out the phrase Allah, ALLAH.
What?
And if you pull out ALLAH from their names, it spells I am Satan.
You mean like Wu-Tang says Allah, they say arm, leg, arm, head. That means man is God. So there's like, there's always two ways to look at that motherfucker.
And he's not calling you a motherfucker, Slick. He's just
also look at this. This is
punctuating himself.
Wifey or whatever.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's weird, bro. Like you're onto something for real, because that's some weird shit. It's like, think about it, right? If we got DNA technology now, which we know we do, we know we got bits and pieces of these motherfuckers, right? It's like the fifth element, man.
Dude, it makes perfect sense, Chris, because that's why the Egyptians were so obsessed with the afterlife and preserving the body. So they thought they were going to come back. Now, when was that? Who knows? But you're absolutely right. We do have their fucking bodies. So who's to say that they're not, cloning these motherfuckers up and they're coming back and still ruling? That's a good point, bro. I'm so proud of you, Chris.
I gotta also point out the word Obama subtly has the word obey in his name, obey ma. And right now, Joe Biden has the word obey in his name.
Weird.
J. Obeydin. I call him J. Obey the Jinn.
Dude, this is why we love having
you. Because the Jinn build
Gabe.
back better, Gabe. That's why.
Oh, shit. Well, come on. You guys got to give credit where it's due. Gabe is gifted when it comes to breaking down these linguistic things, man. I mean, he's been on my show. He's been on Juan's show. I'm sure the Mensa podcast will have him on at some point. But yeah, dude, I mean, when you really break it down, it makes you wonder how this could all just be a coincidence. But Chris, go ahead.
Before you go on really quick, just to tie back to this, because this is really interesting, actually. One of the things, how this ends is, Michelle Obama, right? And how they think it's Big Mike, right?
Ooh.
And then, right? And then not only that, but that goes into Joan Rivers' death, right? Because she called that bitch out and then dead in routine surgery like 3 days later.
Bro, we're on YouTube.
Fuck out of here. I ain't got no strikes. What's up, player?
Yeah, but this is my YouTube. It doesn't matter if you have strikes, bitch ass motherfucker. We're not streaming on your channel.
Sorry. But I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got so I think all of us have seen All the First Ladies video, right? The transvestigation. They don't even narrate that shit. All they do, they turn on the music and they start rolling through paintings, drawings, pictures of all the first ladies. Dude, I'm talking 80% of them, Adam's apples, ugly, fugly fucking dudes.
Dude, Barbara Bush was definitely fucking Aleister Crowley's
daughter.
You got it. You got it.
For sure, right? And then what's his name? Motherfucking, what's his name of Canada? Trudeau, looking like a hell of a lot like
Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro, right?
Right. Okay, so let me drop
Castro's kid.
Let me drop this crucial information. So the biblical translation of the word officer. The word officer, when you go back to the Septuagint and you cross it over, it translates to eunuch of the Pharaoh.
Swag.
And this is because the eunuch was allowed in the pharaoh's private quarters because he could trust the eunuch. The eunuch didn't have anything that would violate his harem.
Bro, Game of Thrones, bro.
Yeah.
Right. So the eunuchs have been for that long. They have been in a place of influence and preferential treatment. I think what we're looking at with those 80% of the first ladies being actually dudes in disguise, I think these are bodyguard assassin badasses. And I think they're there as a last line of defense to protect the president and maybe take him out.
With their dicks.
Damn.
With their dicks. Yo, Gabe, so do you think that because we know the Egyptian story, right? Where what's the one part that they didn't find, of is it Osiris or Horus, whatever, he gets reborn. You know the story, you know which one. The the phallic symbol. Does that have anything to do with it where they're just putting the phallic symbol on these ladies, right? These what do they call them? She-males or
Unicorn.
Unicorn. Oh, there you go. So does that play a role into like Egyptian mythology and beliefs, and they want that on their chicks, or like, I don't know.
Yeah, man, I think so. I'll go way out on a branch here. Let's just pretend there's some kind of a drug that we don't even have a word for. And let's just imagine that it's made out of, they're sourced from the most nefarious imaginable locations. We're talking adrenochrome is child's play with what I'm talking about here. And let's just imagine that it gives you, this drug gives you future life perspective. And so here's what I'm getting at. Some people might assert that we jump from male to female from one life to the next, back and forth, male, female, male, female, male, female. And so these elites expressing this trans crossing over to the other side, what it may be expressing is their future life, their future self. They may be trying to advance themselves through their soul path and onto the next incarnation ahead of schedule.
They're greedy. They're just greedy.
But that's what I think I'm seeing. This whole crisscrossing over and gender switching all the time. I think they are convincing people through whatever that they're advancing through their life cycle faster than the rest of the populace.
But to what?
Yeah.
So that's why they have death rituals all the time. Yeah, so you have this death ritual. Now your future life has come forward. Your future soul is now inhabiting your present vessel. So now you go, and then now you're on the next level. Then you get a super advanced, and you go on to the higher echelon. You get another ritual, and now you're switch back over to like 2 lives ahead of yourself. You get what I'm getting at?
But what does it mean? Do I get to walk on water now? Do I get the flamethrowers at the arms? But
you can't tell anybody. You can only do it at the lodge.
But what? Oh, you said you can though. So you can do flamethrowers?
Yeah, but you can't tell anybody.
Is that Gabe? Chris wants the superpower. He wants all the superpowers, bro. He wants to be able to walk through walls and be like fucking Spider-Man. This is why they make these movies, Chris, because you can do this shit.
What dicks does Chris have to suck to get those superpowers?
Baphomet's dick, bro.
I think you got I think you got to get Rasputin's pickled dick out of the jar.
Oh God,
dude! First, go to space, become very gay. Second, suck Rasputin's dick. Third, take over the world. What are you talking about?
It's Nimrod's dick, bro. You come down, you go find Nimrod.
Wait, I still don't understand, dude. I get to go flamethrowers. I get to go walk on water. Juan is you shaking head. Yeah. You know what he's talking about? What the fuck are y'all talking about?
Bro, listen, dude, so check this out, bro. The symbols that are put in these movies or in these texts and all this stuff. Listen to me, I'm serious. The symbols, if for the uninitiated, they don't know what they mean. It's just fucking jargon. But for the initiated, it's a whole fucking new language, okay? But just because
you could do flamethrowers.
Probably.
You got to smoke. You got to smoke cat poop.
Gotta kiss the cat's ass and the goat's ass and all
what I'm
this shit.
saying, dude. I'll kiss the Blarney Stone. It's not a problem. You know what I mean? But you know, but like I'm saying, like, what are the who's got the superpowers and what are they? Like, do we have a list of names?
Yes. Bro, have you never read anything at all? Any grimoires? No, nothing, bro. Are you in the dark when it comes to this shit?
Chris keeps his hands clean of the occult, Juan. He doesn't try to dabble in the darkness.
You don't have to dabble in it, but you just read about it. I mean, you got to know something if we're gonna.
Hey,
be
that book
about
starts off with "Don't read this book," right?
No, I mean some of them do, some of them don't. But that's just.
So I'm right. I like a percentage of the time.
You're right. Yeah.
Okay. So if I wasn't to read that book, but I was to get the basic download of it, right? If I do certain thing, Iron Newt, Fish's Wing, whatever, right? You know, Thursday night, the 26th of August, whatever. Then this is to go back to the same question. Do I get to dial up the dead? Do I get infected by devils? Like, do they live in me forever? Are we buddies? Like, I'm just trying to understand the dynamics of it because clearly I've heard all this shit too, but I just like when we graze over it in such a cavalier manner. Like, I want to know the details. Like, I sit here, I put my safety belt on, don't get the RPMs over 4,500, switch gears like this. You know what I mean? Like, I need the IKEA manual, bro.
It sounds like he's saying you just know the future.
What? I don't know.
You just know the future.
Oh, you would know the future.
You would know a lot of different things. There's a thing you can get different powers from depending on which entity you're interacting with, and whatever happens to you is the pact you make with that entity at that time. Individual, yes.
Saint Michael, I'm gonna call him up specifically.
I don't know what he does, bro. I mean,
But I'm saying, right? Or demon XYZ, whatever.
Bro, start with the secret teaching of all ages. That's the tip of the dick, right? That's the tip of the iceberg. You start with that, and then you'll be introduced to the shaft of things after the fact. All right, bro.
I'm well familiar with the shaft. All right, I know about the shaft.
You get the balls next, bro. You know what I mean?
So listen, I'm calling up Aleister Crowley, Saint Germain, and some demon with a name I can't pronounce, right? And they're giving me individual stuff. One gives me foresight into the future. The other gives me this potion to make my dick just gigantic. You know what I mean? And the third one lets me
solid
moonwalk or whatever I want. Dig in the ground like a gopher. Whatever my thing is, right? So and then I could do that for real?
Yeah, bro.
For real.
In this world, I could dig like a gopher.
For real. It's quantum physics, bro. That's why earlier when they asked how which do you fear more, the occult dark artist or black budget intelligence? Yeah. They're one and the same. Okay. Mark brings up a good point that if it wasn't for Crowley's, I was going to say something punk ass, that we wouldn't have this occult knowledge, but they know that's what magic is. It is a quantum effect that's affecting quantum and reality at the same time. That's what it's science, bro. We just don't fucking have a name for it, so we just call it quantum physics. But it's fucking magic, bro. Quantum entanglement, that's fucking magic, son. How can you tell me that something in this room is affected by something else on the other side of the fucking universe somewhere, if you believe in gay and fake space? It's all fucking magic. And so these people, these elites, the government, they know about this stuff, bro. They know about the homunculi. They know about all that shit. And that's why Parsons and all them, they were occultists, bro. All the greatest scientists were fucking probably occultists and mystics and shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't deny any of that. And I would actually totally agree with you. Like, I would imagine that they all are. It's super interesting shit, clearly. But I just want to know how far you can take it sometimes. I mean, these guys blew up a lot of motherfucking space shuttles on trying to get to the moon. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not perfect science. You know what I mean? There's a lot of trial and error with a lot of motherfucking mistakes along the way. And they say like Aleister Crowley fell into the fucking Doth, right? On the you know about that?
Tree of life? Yeah.
Right. So he fell into Doth, right? Because he gave up the thing, right? And that's the fucking abyss, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
you can also take the oath of the abyss too, yeah.
You tell me, did he really fall into the abyss? Really? I mean, his life got pretty ruined after that, right? So it's like, you tell me, maybe there was a demon that lived inside this motherfucker. Maybe he really did channel Thoth in the Great Pyramid and write that book, you know, Liber, whatever the fuck it is. Maybe he did. Who knows? You know, who knows? I'm just asking, like, because, you know, a lot of these people say, hey, you got to go to this parallel and this parallel. You talk to, but it could be a T-Rex and it could be a Sasquatch and it could be, man, fuck out. Do you have a specific phone number like Bill and Ted that I can call up? You know what I mean? I'm trying to go one place.
I got to point something out because somebody in the chat just pointed something out. And I think it might be interesting to maybe braid this in, especially with Slick here. So he says, Illuminati are not using magic to control or have powers in this dimension. Come on, guys, this realm's a joke. And who knows, he might be sarcastic and facetious, and I'm just missing the point. But what I read into this is our realm, this third dimensional physical realm, is not the place where these magical powers take place. People can maybe put themselves into a trance and enter into the fourth dimension through a ceremonial ritual and maybe alter things there and see into the future or communicate with these beings somehow. But I think ultimately, you know, what we think of when we see like Harry Potter or any of this Hollywood bullshit, that's not what we're talking about with magic. This is happening on the astral plane. This is happening in the trance state, right? That's why psychedelics have been such an integral part of this stuff.
Meditation, transcendental magic. And Gabe, can you talk about, I'm sure that you know about this because as you know, right, for a very long time, one of the main topics that got me into podcasting and conspiracy and all this occult shit was obviously Tracy Twyman's work. And before I started podcasting about 3-4 years ago, I was deep into the whole Baphomet. And I've done a podcast with Alex Rivera, which was a co-author to Tracy Twyman Once Upon a Time.
And I've
watch out.
What are you doing, dude?
Listen,
Watch out.
Hey, bro.
listen,
Don't say that name.
listen, you fucks, listen. So I want you to
I got
talk
merch
about,
on the way out.
she talks about the 3 pillars, right? You got the 2 pillars, and then the one that's offset to the left a little bit, where you got like a ladder leaning up against it. I think she calls it the ultra dimension or some shit like that, where it's this place where the elites go, you know, it's behind the veil, if you will.
Yeah.
And that's where the true magic is. Can you touch on that a little bit? Because I know you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. So, man, for the sake of time, I'm just going to skip straight to home base. I'm going to walk all 3 bases, go straight for the home run walk here. I think what we're talking about is dream time. And I believe that there are aboriginals and
Gabe, give me 1 second, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You hearing that, Mark? You hearing that, dude? He just said,
"Oh my god, I'm so hard right now, and I haven't even taken Blue Chew." Check out the description for a promo code. Wink. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I love it. I'm just fucking
Gabe,
around.
because this ties into our marsupial theory, believe it or not, dream time.
Yeah,
So
I
go
was
ahead.
hoping we get this back in.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. So I am quite convinced that there is a birthing ritual that 99.9% of the earth does not participate in. And because of that, we lack certain development in our life. And many of these senses and abilities that we have been castrated from, quite intentionally and systematically, are unavailable to most of us at this point in our life, because it has everything to do with the placenta, the sac red caul. This is the sac red purse that you came in on. This is your purse on. This is your holy garment. This is the full armor of God. Gotcha.
The Mesopotamians with the little bag.
It's the bag full of seeds and little tricks and treats for the masses. So we don't eat the placenta, and I'm here to tell y'all it's because of those Salem witch trials. They came in and they completely hijacked all of our obstetric practices, and we no longer give the transmission of the elders onto the children. And the royal families still observe this practice at the highest levels.
You're saying when they colonized America, they're like, all right, we're going to take all that herbal folklore out, all the, you know, women healers, they're done. Only the elite and privileged have access to that now, and the common man has to fend for themselves. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, it took them a little while to establish their pharmacological monopoly, but I can see how the witch trials were a part of that systematic severing from our, you know, Gaia connection, you know, our roots, literally our roots. And women are the, you know, the gatherers of the healing herb and the plants and the nutrition, while us men go out and hunt and fight each other.
Shout out to Symbolic Studies, Mario. We call it the hidden hyperspace kingdom is what she called it. And it's like, I think of it like a Spirited Away type of thing, right? Where it's like this different dream world, right? This other realm that's there, but only certain people can see it. And I mean, maybe that's what the fucking Northern Lights are. Who the fuck knows? You know what I mean? Like, that's just there, and I don't know. But I find it very interesting because, again, this is what really got me into all this shit. You know, this talk about all this stuff, and I was been looking into her work recently, and again, very, very interesting because yesterday I was having a conversation again with Moral Bob, and we talked about how if the people who are, again, going back to flat earth, if the people who are on the outer skirts of the model, if you will, if they're in direct contact with the people who are in this realm, and if they are, is it like that? Is it like some hyperspace kingdom where it's outside the fabric of reality, like a Cthulhu mythos type of thing, right? If they are these entities, because we know about the Knights Templar, right? Everybody knows about Baphomet, all these different fucking things, and we touched on that about, you know, this third pillar, this hidden hand, if you will, the, you know, behind the veil that nobody knows about, only a select few people. And again, that's just plays into the whole flat earth thing, which I know a lot of people don't like, but I don't know. It's just something I brought up yesterday, and I thought it was really interesting.
Yeah, man. It's that invisible college. Call is another word for the placenta. This placenta technology is embedded into our language in so many ways, it's ridiculous. And almost every day I'm walking through my life and I'm like, oh shit, more placenta.
You should have ate the placenta, Gabe.
Hey.
You know,
it's everywhere.
Wait, I don't understand what's stopping you, dude. Go get some placenta.
well, dude, they show it to you. So I was in the operating room when they opened her up, right? And I'm looking. Yeah. And they just go up to you, they show it to you. It's this fucking burger looking thing.
But what happens? You eat it and then what?
No. So check it out. So they take it, they show it to you, and they just fucking whisk it. What do they do with it, Gabe, when they take it away? Where does it go? Which
all right.
So weird.
Yep.
You guys are like they put it in Pepsi. I gotta get it.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, man. Yeah. So ideally the transmission is not this communion. This transmission is for the mother to take in and process, and then it is through the breast milk that all of the stem cells, the immunity, and that's how it's instilled. That's the righteous way for this process to go. And this brings the child back into the Garden of Eden. And so I believe that the tree of knowledge that the serpent tempted Eve with is the birth certificate that the doctor gets your mom to sign off on. That's the tree of knowledge. That's now you got letters and words. You got Drew Wood magic. Drew Wood magic is now your tree of knowledge. But in the Bible, they get kicked out for that tree of knowledge, and they never even experienced any temptation or even acknowledgement that there was a tree of life.
They were aborted out of the fucking out of the garden. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
And so the tree of life is the second tree. And that second tree of life is the placenta.
Dude, fucking animals eat the placenta all the time.
Yes.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just constantly seeing images back to my parents' farm and watching the cow eat it after giving birth. What the fuck?
That's because they're still in the garden.
We need to acknowledge that Yeah. Oh, dude, that's fucking crazy. Like, it's like there
guy just
for
had
us
his
to
mind blown.
know.
I love Tuna. I love that feeling, bro. When you fucking connect some dots, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Tuna,
Right? It's the best.
Tuna, we need a soundboard panel exclusively of your reactions. That will make that a project. But wow, yeah, a lot of mind-blowing things. This kind of reminds me of something I was talking about with a guest that I was recording with earlier today. The episode will be coming out next week. We were talking about shamanism and curanderos in South America, and one of the things that I looked up is how the shamans do like a sucking. They suck the wounds, right? Which sounds kind of weird. But if you consider on that same note of like Tuna's like, whoa, animals do that. Like when you look at an animal when they have a wound, what do? They lick it, right? If you ever have your like hand cut and you have a dog, they'll like lick your hand, right? And there's certain, whatever that is, it's just, this is the type of practice that's been systematically taken out to the point where now we're all mocking and laughing like, oh, that's gross or whatever, whatever this visceral reaction is. And to your point, Gabe, it's like we're like domesticated versions of human beings, like we've been turned from boars to pigs,
Nice. Excellent, man. Excellent. So two things. I want to say one thing that is like so beautiful, and then I'm going to fuck it all up and say something real scary and crazy. But the beautiful thing about the placenta, think about this. There is no other meat that is born from life. In all other meats you will ever encounter come from death. So in that aspect, I don't think the men should eat the placenta. I think it should be strictly for the mama. I think the man should maybe know how to prepare it and and keep the tradition. This is the oral transmission. This is the oral tradition, literally oral. And so there's a lot of beautiful healing to be done once we stop signing our babies up for impression. That's the Stamp Act from 1800s. Anyways, once we stop signing the babies off and we start eating those placentas, we'll get back on track and we'll have ourselves a real proper collective, a real proper spiritual collective going on. And we'll be, we might have access to the elders. Our kids might come back on this conversation.
Two-step process. Start eating placentas, and what was the second one?
No more birth certificates.
Bang! To the stars.
There we go, baby. There we go. So there's my pep talk. But then I just gotta, it wouldn't be me if I didn't make it all fucking creepy. So turns out there's a book out there called Dr. Feelgood. It's about this doctor from the 60s.
Sound like it's gonna feel good.
Oh man, this is crazy. Dr. Jacobson Maxwell was the highest of high-end elite drug dealers. He was running the Kennedys back in the day. He was the Kennedys' go-to, and he was cooking up methamphetamines mixed with placenta.
That's bugging, son.
And he sold the recipe to the Nazis, and those motherfuckers took placenta meth and almost conquered the world.
Oh shit, Gabe.
What?
Yeah,
what?
bro.
Get the
yeah,
fuck.
bro.
No. Can you go back? Wait, hold on.
Wait, whoa. So Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood.
You got it screwed up.
I just was looking at the lyrics of the song and I'm like thinking of what you just said and I'm tripping balls, man. Without you, I will wilt and die? Like, what the fuck?
That's why we have Breaking Bad, right? The show Breaking Bad. Is that what? Because they're cooking the meth up. You know what I mean? Like that's a whole show just about fucking meth. I mean dude. Can you repeat that again, Gabe? Can you go back? So, go back to the meth part where they mix it in with the placentas, please.
Yeah, man. So this guy Jacobson Maxwell was mixing placenta with methamphetamines. And other substances as well. Like they're talking about monkey jizz and all this crazy shit, but all those other things I'm not interested in. I happen to know for a fact that the placenta is a very miraculous ingredient, and he was using it to nefarious ends. So he sold the recipe to the Germans, this Jacobson Maxwell, and they worked his recipe into essentially the prototype of Ritalin and Adderall. So this is the granddaddy of Ritalin and Adderall, and it was called.
Period.
I'll remember the name of it in a second. The name of the placenta meth that they sold to the Germans.
Wow.
So if you watch images of Hitler, he's got one arm behind his back, and he's looking all completely like poised, all up front. But he's got this one arm behind his back, and it's tweaking like a
fucking
mofo.
shaking. Yeah.
He's shaking like crazy because he's losing his shit. He can't wait for his next fix. Because he's high on that placenta, y'all.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell
What
yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had
Smoking
the
that
what the
placenta,
fuck?
son. Ah.
But dude, just the meth alone is crazy. Have you guys ever experienced meth people, like methed out people?
We live in
Dude,
Oregon.
I got my
Chris has.
I got my vehicle fucking hijacked, like from my yard. They fucking stole it. And later that day, I fucking found them down the highway, like fucking 60 miles from my place. And I chased them, dude. And I know they're meth heads because people around here know them, right? And like know who this group is. And they fucking were methed out. And so they got my Subaru Crosstrek, which is like a mid-size SUV, right? And I got my Subaru WRX, which is fucking like souped up little car. It's fast compared to that little SUV. And the night before, it's middle of fucking November. The night before that this happened, it rained a bunch. So all our roads have snow on it, but then it rained because it was warm. And then overnight it froze rock solid. And these motherfuckers are in my car that they stole from me. And they are doing above 150 kilometers an hour down these icy roads. And I'm chasing them with this white car, my WRX, which is way faster than the other one. But these motherfuckers are on meth, dude, and they fucking lost me in the dust like it was no tomorrow, dude. That's why Hitler was
Jetsons,
like
bro.
looking for the Ubermensch. That's the fucking, that is.
That's
fucking
what's up, Tuna.
methamphetamine creates like the Ubermensch.
Good call,
Oh,
Tuna. That's
Nietzsche.
it. That's the Ubermensch from Nietzsche. You got it, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so I remembered the name of it. The name of it is Pervitin. Pervatin. I'm guessing. Pervitin was the name of the recipe he sold to the Germans, and that was way back then. Just imagine what they got going right now.
Yeah,
and
and
now,
to your point about that Motley Crue song, Tuna, it is exactly about this Dr. Feelgood guy. Rat-tailed Jimmy, secondhand hood, deals out in Hollywood. And it goes on to say he's
What's
in with
the
the
name?
Mexican mob and all this other stuff.
Mark, what's the name of that movie that just came out with the guy from Austin Powers on Netflix?
Jeez, you're asking the
The
worst person for that kind of thing.
Pentaverse. The Pentaverse. Is that what the?
Pentaverse? Pentonics?
what,
Yeah, it's called the
Pentaverate?
How do you say it?
Pentaverate.
The Pentaverate, because it sounds a lot like Pervitin, kind of a little bit. I don't know.
It's like a group of 5. It's supposed to mean like trivarate would be group of 3.
Well, the number 5 represents the Hierophant, which is the 5-pointed star, which is man. So I don't know.
Well
I mean,
played. Well played.
you know what I mean? This is black belt type level shit for you guys. I know Chris wouldn't understand, or Mark, but you know.
Have you seen the show?
So
Thanks, Juan.
I haven't.
Tuna, I gotta.
Fucking expert, haven't seen shit. Motherfucking world traveler, ain't never been nowhere. Burger, no fucking ham. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I got your fucking number, bro. I got you, bro.
Hey, I always wanted to ask someone about this, you guys, like the German stuff with Operation Paperclip. Do you think part of that was like meth negotiations for them, like getting to work the meth and shit?
It was just a whole fucking torpedo fucking submarine full of meth, son. They were just
It's like, hey, do
Real
NASA, we'll give you a
blue,
lifetime
you know what I mean?
supply of meth. Just we got you hooked up, bro. Just here you go, do NASA for us.
Damn.
They were on
So-
meth, but you can only do it so long before you fucking blow up. You know, they They give it to certain soldiers the drugs so they can do the thing and die in
Yeah,
the middle
yeah.
of doing it. But they're not talking about like you can only do so much meth before you fucking ruin yourself too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just a
So-
math of it, you know.
Yeah. So let's look at that word paperclip in a whole new light, TR. Thank you so much for the question. Paper.
Oh God, here we go. All
So
right.
the placenta is
Jesus.
flat. It's two-dimensional. It's
You got
like fabric. It's like paper. It's paper thin. It's a covenant. And clip is cutting it off. Paper clip. So the word paper clip, it even has all those letters, P and C, L, pla, cla, placenta, maybe. Let me get my pen out. Maybe I can anagram out the word placenta out of paperclip.
So do you think Russia and the United States were like arguing who had the best meth to get the best scientists over here?
Well, okay. So here, okay. So we know meth is addictive. We know meth can take you places. Now, just imagine what we can't imagine and the power of that. Something so next level trajectory of psychedelic experience.
They've done movies about this, kid. What's that one movie with the little pill that they would eat, the blue little pill, and they could fucking
Limitless. With,
Limitless,
Ryan,
right?
what's
Where they had to keep fucking putting it, the guy from Hangover, where they had to keep eating it and fucking eating it, or else they would I forgot what the fuck happens in that movie. But anyways, it's like a little pill that they would take, and they were super smart. And then they wanted
I think he becomes a politician.
Well, they wanted to synthesize it, and they ended up synthesizing it to where they could have like an endless amount, and that was the whole thing.
Right.
So again, back to that whole magic drug type of thing. Maybe that is, we talk about the philosopher's stone and alchemy and all this shit, and the elixir of life. Maybe that is what it is,
Yeah. Now this brings up my two next steps to improving the world. Real quick,
You guys are
drug testing for politicians and term limits.
You guys got the world figured out. Bro, take a placenta pill, I'm gonna get superpowers.
If it's got meth.
You know what the problem with you, Chris, is that you don't believe enough, bro. And
But
listen, Chris,
show me the
listen.
pill.
You
need
need
see
to
that pill,
believe,
and I need you to FedEx it to me, and like just write Advil on there, so I just fool myself. And then bada bing, bada boom, I just did Harvard in a week, and I'm like, yo, how the fuck did I do that? And I'm like,
bro, we've talked about
I'm on forever.
The secret to the whole,
Chris.
The secret to magic is believing. Okay, it sounds stupid, right? Because believing is and
exactly.
Doesn't Disney talk about like when you wish upon a star, all this fucking shit where you believe?
It could be a placebo pill. Then it don't need to be a placenta pill. It could be placebo. If you want to do word magic and you want to talk about fucking,
it could possibly be a placebo effect, because placebo effect is what we want to achieve.
Then everything I eat and everything I drink from this point out will give me magical powers.
Then you fucking claim that
if you believe it.
That. Yeah.
Why do you think I smoke weed all the time, bro?
To manifest.
Gives you magical thought powers, bro. You don't typically have. You link up different thought patterns together that you typically wouldn't. That's all it is, right? Appreciation for the mundane. It's magic.
All right, guys. I did the anagram work.
Oh boy.
Hit us.
It's close. Paperclip. You can get Placy Rip. Plaza Rip. It's pretty close to placenta. Plaza Rip out of paperclip.
Because and Gabe, that a lot of these initiations in these secret societies is all about breaking taboos, right? I mean, we know about that shit, right? That's why Crowley was obsessed with having butt sex and all this stuff. And I know we're on YouTube, but that's the whole, that's where the term "holy shit" comes from.
Are you kidding me? They love butt sex on YouTube.
Oh, they do. Okay,
YouTube executives. Hey,
Illuminati confirmed. So, anyways,
so firm.
Clip that.
So the whole point, no, fuck you, Mark. Don't clip that shit. TR, be quiet.
Too late, it's for sure.
The whole point, again, we're talking about something that a lot of people don't do. Maybe indigenous cultures, they bury the placenta and they do all these different things with it, but the regular Western person doesn't do that shit. So maybe to them it is a taboo to eat the placenta or do something with it, you know, or honor it or whatever it is. How these indigenous, bro, why are you laughing? This is serious shit, bro. You want to learn about the transcendental magic and all
No,
this
I
shit?
got
You're
a
laughing.
vision when you were talking about it. I just thought of somebody holding it up like Simba,
Bro, I'm
like,
serious. This is serious shit, bro.
I'm listening, dude. But
I know,
my
but
visual was funny though.
but people probably do that, bro. That's the problem. And I mean, you know, again, you have to believe in order to make it real. You fuck. You're never gonna be a fucking magician, bro. You're fucking the worst ceremonial magician. He'd be laughing while doing the fucking whatever they do with the.
Dude, I do magic all the
You
time.
don't know either, Juan. Jeez.
Because I don't dabble in the occult. I just read about it, bro. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you
Like,
don't dabble in the occult. Tune in next week for the Occult Book Club with Juan and Thomas from
occult means hidden in plain sight. We don't fucking summon demons, okay?
Yeah,
Not
okay.
yet. That's
well,
the
actually,
Patreon.
I did pull out this book that you just mentioned, the Goetia, before, because we were talking about magic and whatnot. And I think it gets a bad rap. I mean, to be clear, this book's talking about containing evil spirits and breaking them to your will.
Solomonic magic, yeah.
Because you don't want to tie up good spirits. They're off in the world doing good shit. If you're a magician, you want to whip those bad spirits into shape and say, hey, help me do some good shit. That's karma right there.
The problem with the bad spirits is, Mark, that they manipulate you in order for you to give your
That's the
fucking
thing.
soul.
You're manipulated by thinking that they're more powerful than you. You're third dimensional. In theory, you have a leg up.
Touche.
Hold that one.
Touche.
Nice.
I mean,
you know,
I magic is the highest, most absolute, and most divine knowledge of natural philosophy. So really, what King Solomon was doing was enacting karma on the lesser spirits, you know. But Gabe, you have something to add to that?
Dude, this is beautiful. I'm so glad you guys brought me on tonight. This is great.
It's
So I
always a pleasure
love
having you.
Yeah, man. So I love taking that Solomonic mindset and applying it to a traffic stop. And in what way is the police officer acting like Solomon when he demands to know your name so that he can have control over you?
Because in order to control a demon, you need its name. You need its true identity, its true name.
And that is what is up. That is what is up. So anybody who wants to write off this occult shit like a bunch of old school, that ain't happening nowadays, you better believe it is fully institutionalized. It is what makes the gears go around.
But you don't believe that those individual police officers know that they're doing that in ritual?
They don't consciously know it, but again, it's like the Rosicrucians and their symbolism, where the fucking Bible has hidden code in it that people are fucking reading till this day. They don't know about it, but the magician doesn't care because they're carrying their intention, bro.
Yo, so slick.
Yeah, bro.
Do you think then that this is what, you know, the Bible then refers to as the Great Deception?
Yes, that's a good yes. I think that what I'm talking about plays very much into the Great Deception. Yeah, man.
That's kind of what I've been thinking with all the stuff I've been researching. I've been like, man, this is like what seems like a great deception that is everything, because it says even the elect will become deceived. And that means even the ones that are, you know, chosen by the Creator to be people on this earth of power, they're still going to be deceived by this great deception.
Yeah, and I'll even drop a little code on that just came my way recently. A lot of people say the ineffable name of God minus one letter. They call it the G-D. Some people prefer not to use the full name G-O-D. They just call it the G-D. Well, that's a great dash deception. There's a GD right there in that great deception. And that's just a little gem I've been thinking about a lot lately, how GD is encoded in a lot of places. Came up in the Buffalo shooting recently, a lot of 74s in the gematria over there. That's a GD, ineffable name, but I just thought I would drop that. And also, I was thinking, Tuna, today about what is good defense. If these cops are playing Solomon, and they don't even know it, they don't know it. They just go through they just roll the script. If they're playing Solomon, what's my defense tactic, you know? And so I started thinking about conversos. and how conversos were being forced to convert or give their allegiance, to tell their name, what they believe in, and even blaspheme the name of their God. And in a lot of ways, that's what's happening when you get pulled over and dragged out in the public and persecuted. You're being converted to worship this collective giver monster known as the government, you know, and so the history of conversos is very important. They would make an annual absolution prayer where they would say to their God, look, man, I know it was a rough year. I had to spit on your image 5 times in public, and I had to say that I don't believe in you, but just between you and me tonight, let's make all that right. Wipe the slate clean so I can be in your good graces again, because next year they're going to make me spit on your image again a bunch of times.
Get fucked in the ass, absolutely.
Yeah, I got to defile my own moral standing in order to be accepted and stay alive in the system we live in. In a major way, that's what's happening with government. They demand that you acknowledge their authority. And much like a converso, you have to go tuck tail, put on a mask, show up in court, act like a bitch, and then you got to go live with yourself afterwards, even though you don't worship that fucking giver monster.
Wow.
Boom.
And I mean, again, we partake in these things without consciously knowing it, but it doesn't matter because we're still pushing and walking along with that intention and that the original intent, right? And that's the whole thing with ceremonial magic. It's about coming back, a certain time of year and then pushing it right back out into the world, which is, we know about this shit. Hey, we have any other questions?
You think if you want to get, full on individual and get your own power, you should just fucking don't follow any more laws that the fucking government gives you. Fuck the speed limit, fuck stop signs, just go, live life in love towards others. So if someone's coming on the road, you'd be like, hey, I'm gonna pull over and move over so you can get by.
Tuna, that might work all
no
well
way
and
do
good.
we
Hold on,
I'm just saying,
Chris, Tuna, that might work all well and good when you're up there in the plains of Canada and you can see who's coming from miles away. But when you're in a city, you got to stop at every stop sign and kind of look and make sure you don't get sidesteps, hit from the T-bone. That's the word I'm using.
Well, that's where common sense comes into play, right?
Thank you. But on the point of the government, because we have an expert hiding in the wings here. Is he still here? Rob, you still there, brother?
He's here.
Rob, how you doing tonight? Rob just joined us. Rob is I'll let Rob speak for himself. I don't want to out him, but Rob knows his shit when it comes to the government. What's going on, Rob?
Not much, bud. How you doing tonight?
Excellent. Your name's been mentioned a couple times. You are notorious in the chat, but I will say for anyone who thinks that Rob's just a mean troll, he's actually a very kind guy, very nice, and extremely supportive to this podcast. So, pleasure to have you here, brother. It's a little late for you, though. I know that.
Yeah, I'm about to turn into a pumpkin.
Yeah, we're about 55 minutes away from that, Cinderella.
At least I'm not choking on the ball.
Oh God. Speaking of ball, geez, I mean that's a whole nother rabbit hole. But we do have a whole bunch of questions. I gave a last chance call in the chat here, and we said you guys should invite Chris Matthew on with you. We will do that from Forbidden Knowledge News. Of course, he's a cool dude. According to Lawrence Gardner, author of Holy Blood, Holy Grail, the secret knowledge comes from the consumption of menstrual blood. I can't read tonight. Jeez. Okay, that kind of relates to what we're talking about. Why do you think they made the Germans the bad guys in both wars? I think that answers itself. The fool, LOL. You can't do it without the weed, bro. You just gotta believe. Okay, I get what's happening here. They're responding to what we're saying. Mark, check this vid out. Nick Kramer. This guy is really adamant about Nick Kramer. I Googled Nick Kramer. I don't know. Maybe email me. Tell me why it's interesting. It didn't seem that interesting. But anyways, we're kind of wrapping up here. If there's anybody in the Zoom call that has any more questions, anybody who wants to clear their thoughts, put it on the table.
I think this went fucking great, dude. I think we had a lot of people show up.
Our inaugural Illuminati live stream. Illuminati
Hey, I never
confirmed.
got my question in that I had come in for.
Oh, well, let's hear it. Jeez.
My question
An hour
was
later.
sativa or indica?
Oh, man. Well, this is a question for all of us to answer individually. Sativa for me.
Indica for me.
Oh shit, that's surprising. Chris, are you just couch locked yourself? What's going on, Chris?
It depends when, man. You know, it depends when.
Right. Well, Chris, you got that variety out there. You have an ample amount of choices. Very cool. Well, thank you all for being here. Thank you so much, folks, for being in the Zoom call here. I appreciate all of you so much.
Hail Satan.
I'm going to start putting you guys in the waiting room and you can all exit. But thank you so much for being a part of this, folks. I really appreciate it. Gabe, thanks for guesting with us and sharing your knowledge. You're always a wealth of knowledge, and we'd love to have you on Illuminati Confirmed as a guest. We'll plan it, give you some time to hit us with some talking points and some notes and whatnot. But anyways, as far as the show goes, folks, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here live. Thank you for being Illuminati Confirmed. Does that even make sense? Juan, you take us out.
Illuminati Confirmed.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be back next week on my fucking soundboard, bro.
Yeah, next week? Right on.
Yeah, Monday I'm back home, so should be fucking back to normal with the regular setup as always. Nick Cage cut out in the back, not this fucking fuckery here.
Well, thank you to everybody who joined us in the Zoom call. You guys all can't hear me now unless they're also watching live. And thank you to everybody in the Telegram. Shout out to you. There's some new faces in the Telegram. And of course, everybody in YouTube live. You know, we love that you're here, but please go support us on a podcast app. Go over to Rockfin, go over to Patreon. You can get bonus episodes of this show, Illuminati Confirmed. And we'll be back on YouTube Live so long as YouTube doesn't drop the hammer on us. So until next time, folks, thank you for being here and stay Illuminati Confirmed.
Bye.